What's up everybody, Bill with Honest Open Permaculture Hot Farm, and we've got some onion sets. Let's do some planting. So I know it seems a little weird right now to be planting onions. It's January 15th in North Carolina. I don't know why I have a long sleeve shirt. It's like 63 right now. I shouldn't be wearing this beanie either. I'm probably gonna start sweating. And I looked at the future forecast. The next 15 days, it's supposed to, the highs are supposed to be in the high 40s to low 50s. The lows and the lowest is supposed to be the high 20s. So I think I can go ahead and get some sets in the ground, have them go ahead and take root, and then when the really cold, there's supposed to be some really cold temps coming next month, the sets will have rooted, taken hold, and then gone dormant because of the really coldness that comes in. And then as soon as they're ready to go, as soon as the weather changes back to spring, I won't have to plant these because they'll already be in the ground with the root system already in the ground, and they'll be ready to spring up and start growing again. We'll see if it works. Let's see if I projected this correctly, right? We've got 3 pounds of onions. We have some red onions. We have some white onions, and then some sweet yellow onions, a pound of each. We're gonna plant these about 4 inches apart from each other, so we're trying to get a nice good sized bulb for each one of them. Really not much else to say besides, let me show you which side's up and which side's down on the onion set. Actually, I don't need to cut this open, do I? I bought these sets from a local store, actually right here in Germanton, North Carolina, the Daily Basket. And let's see who they get them from right here. These are the red. The only thing you really need to know when planting onions is if you're going for a nice fat bulb, you want to plant them around 4 inches apart. The bottom is obviously the part with the roots. The top is the pointy spot. If they look a little bit different, a little oblong, see if we can find a different shaped one for you. Still, you can still tell the bottom and the top because the bottom's got the roots, the top's the pointy end. As far as depth, I've found the best way to plant these is to get them right around in here, right? You don't want them all the way buried. You don't want them less than halfway buried. Halfway to 3/4 of the way buried into the ground. I'm gonna be planting them in, of course, my deep mulch method. These are Ruth Stout style, Ruth Stout inspired beds with a leaf walking path. Let's show you the first one real quick, up front, up close and personal. So we're gonna try to line it up as much as possible. This bed is a pretty straight line. So we'll come down here right where we're gonna start off. We want to dig ourselves. Oh, didn't go quite far enough. Okay. We just want to pull apart. There we go. Until we get down to the soil. Now that we're in the soil, we have our onion set. It goes in that hole. Push it back around. So we're going to push it back around, and it's most of the way covered. And then to protect it from the hard frost overnight, from the, well, not going to be hard frost, from the frost overnight for the next couple of weeks, we are going to cover it back up right now. Because all we want it to do is take root. We really don't want a green shoot to come up. So it should take root. Now that it's covered, we'll move on to the next spot. Just a little further down, about 4 inches. Move it apart. Take our next set. Stick it in the ground. Put the ground back around it. Cover the hole back up. And we'll do that all the way down. Okay, that's one little row done. You guys don't need to watch me on my hands and knees, butt in the air for the next hour putting sets in. So I'll be back when I get tired and want to talk to you again, I guess. Update. This row right here is completely done all the way down. I've got half of this row right here done. And now we only have one more pound left. The white onions. So we got all the red onions done and the yellow onions done. Some white onion time. We may have to, yeah, we're gonna have to use half of this bed over here. So let's get to it. The soil's looking pretty good, looking really good actually underneath this deep mulch. Almost everywhere I dig. Let's see, where are you? Right there? Okay, that's about a good spot. Just about everywhere I dig, there's worms. There's a little baby one. And then we'll get down to the soil. Oh, it's a little muddy down there. We've been getting a lot of rain lately. Also doing a little weeding in the holes. There's a few weeds. Covering it back up. And we'll keep on going down the road like last time. Unfortunately, I am getting a lot of sets that are rotten. I guess I bought them wrong time of year, huh? I know it's not, most people don't plant sets this time of year, so it's kind of lucky to find them. Rotten. All right, where was the first one? Here's the first one. Boom. There's the second one. There's the third one. There's the fourth one. Fifth one. So as you can tell, it doesn't take very long to get these done. If you want to move fast, you can move fast. If you want to take your time, take your time. All right, that row is complete. Let's do a little bit of covering of the holes. The reason I left a nice opening in the middle is so I can plant some early spring crops, like some leafy lettuces, some kales, maybe some collards, in the middle of these rows, in between the onions that we just planted. And these onions will act as a little wall, an onion wall. It helps deter the pests. So I left an opening here in the middle, and I left an opening here in the middle also. I do have, I don't know, a quarter of a bag left of the yellow onions. I'm not gonna plant them, I'm gonna save them for spring, to do a little companion planting in spring, because I like to plant onions around plants. It does, I've found that back here in this back field, it has helped keep little ground critters away, like voles and moles. Helps deter them a little bit. I used to have a terrible problem back here. I've been doing garlic, onions, and running chickens through here. Those moles and voles hate chickens because chickens will eat them. So as long as I keep chickens back here and plant some stinky stuff into the ground, it tends to help. It suppresses it quite a bit. Not 100%, but it suppresses it quite a bit. So that's all I got for you guys today. Just a quick video of me planting some onions, and if you're interested, hey, these shirts are for sale. We've got gray and white, t-shirt, long sleeve, and hoodie. The link's down below. Later, y'all.